Well, hi folks, and welcome into another edition of This Week in Pearl. I'm your host, Frank Hutton, and we are set for a fantastic show today. We're going to have a special guest, Stacy Cupstead. She is our Main Street Director for Pearl. She's the Director of Senior Services, our Special Events Coordinator. She wears a lot of hats, but she's going to bring us up to date on everything going on this fall, so you're not going to want to miss it. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl to enjoy a Mississippi Braves baseball game or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
Welcome back, everyone, into this week's edition of This Week in Pearl. I'm now joined by one of my most favorite people, Miss Stacy Cupstead. Hello, Stacy.
Hi, Frank.
She is our Director of Pearl Main Street, Main Street Pearl. She is the Director of Main Street Pearl. She's also our Special Events Coordinator. She also handles our internal inventory. She is also the Senior Services Director. Is there anything I missed?
No. Keep Pearl beautiful.
Keep Pearl beautiful. That's correct. So welcome into this week's edition.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad that you're here because there's a lot going on.
Yes, we do have a lot.
In the city. And one of the things that people may not know that I get to share with everyone is that Stacy is the one you see posting stuff on Facebook. Now, we gather the information for her, but she is the one, this is the face of the person who actually posts on our social media. So,
yes, so don't come at me.
So don't come but she's the one responsible for it. So she does a fantastic job. And I think we do a really good job of putting out that information to our citizens. We were just discussing it off camera.
Yes.
That I think we do a good job.
We try to roll something out every day. It may not be every day, but we try to. The good stuff.
And we're putting stuff out showing, what's going on around the city. Y'all see city trucks on the streets all the time, and so we're really trying to highlight what those guys are doing and trying to make your life a little bit easier.
That's right.
So anyway, let's talk about a few things.
Okay.
You've had a busy weekend. I mean, of course, State and Ole Miss played at home, so there's a lot going on there. And of course, Pearl played away. They played away Friday night, but you had a busy weekend in and of itself anyway. You had an event called a Sip and Paint. Tell us about it.
So we did a Sip and Paint on Thursday, and we had the best time. Carla Nations was our instructor. So we did a really cool fall painting. It was great, pumpkin, sunflowers, but we had about 17 painters, artists. We had one of our guests dressed up as Bob Ross. That's Mr. Jay Gaines, of course. He has to come in and play the part. But we had a really good time. Then, of course, we posted that on social media, and everybody was like, when's the next one? Why didn't we get an invite? If we post something on social media that we're doing something, you're invited.
You're invited.
It's an open invitation. Just click the link. It was $30, which is really inexpensive. So we did that Thursday night for 21 and up. And then we've heard things about within our community that we don't do anything for the junior high students. So we heard you. We do 5th grade and under, and then we've tried to do some things for the high school students. So we did a Pearl, not just basic for Pearl, basically for Pearl, but junior high movie night. So Saturday night, we played the movie If. We had approximately 40 junior high students that showed up. The movie was free. They could purchase concessions. Insanely inexpensive. Pizza $2, nachos $2, drinks $1, candy $1. So for 40 students, I think they purchased $155 worth of concessions. So
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
No.
So we look forward to doing something like that again. I mean, the parents that dropped their students off, this is great. We have something for our junior high students to do. So we look forward to doing some more of those in the future.
So to kind of touch back to the sip and paint, I couldn't do it because we were doing football.
Yes.
But that was really, the pictures I saw looked like y'all had a really good time. Like you provide the canvas.
The artist,
right?
artist provided the paint, the easels, the paint brushes, the canvas. You just had to show up.
And bring whatever you wanted
to drink, whether it was soda or a bottle of wine. And it was just, I mean, and Carla Nations took us step by step. And even though we were painting the same thing, they all had their own very special touch. And I thought they turned out so great. And so we're going to do another one of those. We're working on the date, but hopefully maybe the first week in December. We're just confirming with her when she can come back, and she can take up to 40, so that will be our max, because she has 40 easels that she can bring. And bring a great attitude, your imagination, and not be scared of the paintbrush.
It looked like y'all had a good time,
We did.
from what I could tell. And then, of course, the movie, If, you said you had like 40 some odd junior high kids.
It was wonderful.
And the
Very
parents-
well behaved.
Really?
Yeah, so we did provide security for that event. I know parents, me included at that age, was like, who's going to be chaperoning our babies?
Right.
So, but we did. We had Pearl PD there, and so everybody
And
was
the movie,
safe.
If, it's a fun.
It is.
It's a fun little movie.
It is. And we actually let the junior high, some of the students pick it out. We kind of threw out a couple of different titles for them, and that was the one that had the overall show, that one. So
I know I watched it not too long ago at the house.
I still haven't seen it.
You haven't?
No.
Even after Friday night? I mean,
Yeah,
after
Saturday,
night.
yeah, because they were keeping us busy in the concession stand. I mean, it was just insane. But I loved it because they're like, I want one of these, one of those, one of those. Okay, that'll be $4.
It's not like when you go to Tinseltown
No.
or someplace like that. That's insane.
I mean, we had one little, I can't say little because they're junior high, but to me they're little. He had a $100 bill. I'm like, you want me to break your $100 bill for $4? But okay. And he probably ended up spending $40 in concession. He was a quarter of our concessions. But it was, I mean, they all seemed to have a really big time. We did have some parents stay just to kind of see. I think maybe it was their first time letting their junior high student venture off by themselves. But I mean, I just can't say enough great things about it. I mean, they were really, really good students, and hopefully we can partner with the schools and maybe grow it a little bit bigger.
I think, you mentioned that there's not a whole lot for junior high students and parents out there watching.
No.
There's not a whole lot of things. There's a lot of high school stuff.
A lot of high
And then there's a
school.
lot of elementary stuff because, the younger, but really it's more, I guess, sports really starts getting into the junior high.
Yeah.
And so they start kind of getting into that. And there's just not really much unless you go to Fun Time, which has been around forever.
It has been. So we have left those students out. So, a big apology to those students and to the parents. And, they're not into the inflatables that you can do at Parents
Right.
Night Out that Park and
Right.
Rec does. They're not really big into the foam crafts. So we've got to find what they want to do, whether it's maybe a glow dance for the junior high students and partner
that's
with
right.
the junior
You have
high
that for the
school.
high school.
And now, but I do want to say, when we do something for the junior high, we're not talking just about Pearl. It can be Park Place, it can be Faith Assembly, because they are located in Pearl. So that's why we didn't say Pearl Junior High Movie Night Out. It's just junior high
It's
movie.
just junior high. It's 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
Yep.
Well, fun.
So, yeah.
All right, so you have some more stuff coming up.
Yes.
There's one coming up very soon.
Yes.
As of this airing, it'll be within a few days.
A week
and
from
it's National
Tuesday.
Night Out.
Yes, October 1st.
Tell us about it.
October 1st is National Night Out, and that is a community partnership with Pearl Police Department, Pearl Fire Department, and our community. Unfortunately, people are very wary of getting out with our first responders, and this is that time where you can come out, meet our officers, meet Chief McClendon, the assistant chief, meet all of those officers and see what they do. You can get one-on-one with them. Our Pearl Fire Department's there. Chief McClendon didn't want it to be just all-inclusive just to Pearl PD, so he opened up the door for Fire Department and PD. So the fire truck will be there. I'm sure Chief McClendon will have several of his police cruisers there. And we're going to have food trucks. We're going to have a foam party. We're going to have a foam party.
Okay, now I hate to stop. What's a foam party? Do tell.
It's like an outdoor bubble bath. I mean,
okay.
Foam is just
Foam.
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 Yes.
Got it. And
apparently the children love a foam party.
Okay.
But it's an outdoor bubble bath.
And how big is the foam party?
I guess it's as big as the foam will get.
Really?
I mean, yeah, it's just...
is it obviously it's in an enclosed area?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
So we'll have it on the grass and
Really?
prepare to get wet with bubbles.
Really?
Yes.
Cool.
I've not experienced it.
Nor have I.
And right. But we'll have some food trucks out there. We'll have the foam party, one or two inflatables, a Dunkin' booth. I believe we're having a Dunkin' booth, so it'll be interesting to see who's going to be in the Dunkin' booth. And then, of course, a lot of National Night Out giveaways, because this is a registered event. And so we're looking forward to that. We'll probably put our banners out in the next couple of days just to invite people to come to, but it'll be here at City Hall. It'll be here at the City Hall complex. We're not going to close down Old Brandon Road. It'll actually be in the parking lot. But it's going to be a great night. Come out and get to know your first responders. Get to know them and what they do. Let your children see the many vehicles that they have, the fire engine, and then take home some nice little happies.
Now, since it's going to be in the parking lot at City Hall, where do you want people to park?
So they'll need to park in the back of City Hall where the old high school gym is. Not the front entrance of City Hall, because that's an employee-only type area. So on the back end of the Pearl Junior High, from the old high school gym, the health department and the water department area, they can park there, because it's going to be right in the parking lot in front of the community center. And the foam party will be in the grass between the community center and the library.
Okay. So all that parking in the backside on Parkway Drive.
Yep.
Coming in off Parkway. And of course, I guess all on Parkway, if you had to park on Parkway.
Yes,
You
but
could
we
park
hope it's
there.
a great showing.
Sure.
Crooked Letter will be here, Nearly Southern will be here, and Pookie's.
Event time start
6 o'clock,
goes till
probably 8,
at least until 8, probably.
at least until 8.
Okay. Fantastic. That's going to be fun.
I'm excited because
that-
I think I don't recall having done one of these for Pearl. Pearl may have done one in the past. I'm just not aware
But
of
as
it.
the title implies, it's National Night Out. So this is not just a Pearl event. This is happening all over the country.
So they offer 2 dates. It first started the first Tuesday in August, but they didn't take into consideration the deep south heat.
Right.
So apparently a couple of states called and said, hey, it's hot here. Can we change it?
Yeah, can we change that? Sure.
So they do offer the first Tuesday in October. So that's the date that we chose. So October 1st, right here at the City Hall complex in front of Community Center, starts at 6 p.m. We do know that that's a board night. So it doesn't matter. Come on out and have some fun.
Come meet the board too.
Yeah, meet the board too.
Come watch your government in action.
That's right.
They'd be glad to have you.
But come support your first responders. There's going to be, I think we're going to do a child identification card, balloons. We have some footballs, some light up bouncy balls. So I think it's going to be a great
That'll
night.
be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. And speaking of October, just a few weeks later, Oktoberfest.
Oktoberfest.
Tell us about that.
So Saturday, October 12th, is our Oktoberfest. This will be our third annual Oktoberfest for Main Street Pearl and City of Pearl. It's a partnership. For the past 2 years, we've had it in the green space here in the City Hall complex next to the Pearl Senior Center. But we're going to showcase, we're moving it. We're going to showcase the Pearl City Park. And so it will take place there starting at 10 a.m. Saturday, October 12th. We've got 30 vendors selling all types of things, whatever you want. It probably will be there. Of course, we'll have food vendors, lots of things for our children to do. The Delta Krauts, it's a polka band. They'll be playing on the stage that we're going to bring in.
They've been
Oh, they're
great.
great, yes.
They've been great.
It's super.
And if you haven't had a chance to catch them, you really should. You should come out
Yes.
to Oktoberfest because they are a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun.
They really are a lot of fun.
I mean, they're in.
Yes, they're in.
the
They're
regalia.
in the stuff.
Yep.
Right. They look very much German.
They do.
Austrian, German.
They do.
Right.
So we're going to have a corn maze, not your typical corn maze, but it's going to be an inflatable corn maze for the children to kind of wander through. Some obstacle courses. I think some of the carnival blow-up games, the darts,
Sure.
but not.
Right.
Yeah. So it's really going to be. Oh, and a car show. We're having a car show. I can't believe I forgot the car show.
Now that's going to be in the parking lot.
It's going to be in the parking lot at the multi-purpose field, which is just right
Which is
behind the
just
tennis
right,
courts. So it's going to be all right there. We'll put the inflatables on one end of the park and the vendors on the other side, kind of like what we did for Pearl Day this past year in the park. We put the kids zone on the west end and all the vendors and the stage on the east end. So Center City Drive, grown-up fun stuff. Marianne Drive, children fun stuff.
I think it's grand.
Yeah.
That we're having a fall event, because Pearl Day happened so much earlier in
Yes.
the year. This is kind of that second event that you started with this Oktoberfest. That's really kind of, and you're bringing in usually it's a craft beer.
Yep, a craft beer. It's usually two, like an Oktoberfest.
Some type of
We'll have
October style.
Yep. So we'll have some hopefully some good craft German beer.
Yeah, that's
And we
pretty
usually
fun.
do a couple of eating contests.
Yeah, and I like that it's in the park.
Yeah, I do
like
too.
that we're back in the park.
Yes.
Now that the park is finished and looks really good.
And October 12th is also National Gumbo Day.
Is it really?
So we're having a gumbo cook-off.
I didn't know that was part of it.
So
I did not realize
yes,
that's National Gumbo
October
Day.
12th is National Gumbo Day, so we are going to try a gumbo cook-off. Not a festival, but a cook-off.
Who's judging?
Oh my gosh, let's see if I can remember who they are.
Do you have them picked out already?
Yes, and I'm probably
Do they have gumbo palettes?
Scott Simmons,
Yeah,
WAPT.
sure.
We have a Miss Mississippi coming.
Okay.
And for the life of me, I can't think of the third one. I am not on that committee, and even though I should know everything Main Street, I can't remember who else Jay Gaines said.
Right.
But it's only $100 to enter.
Sure.
So if you've got an uncle, aunt, mama, daddy recipe, come try it out, because the money that we're giving away is crazy. $1,000 for first place, $750 for second place. Decorate your booth, because we're going to give $250 for most spirited booth. And then Main Street Board is going to go around and find their favorite and give them $500.
Wow.
So yeah, so for $100 to enter, plus all the things that you need, you could go home with $1,000. And the only thing they have to do is email Main Street Pearl at cityofpearl.com for an application. I'll get it to them.
That sounds fun.
I want to try. I want to be the quality control inspector. Can I have some of that?
Can I have some of that one? Can I have some of- Is there a
Yes.
requirement on the amount you have to cook?
It's in the application packet.
Okay.
I think it's maybe
All the
like 10
details would-
pounds of
all the-
rice,
right,
maybe.
Right. All the details would be there.
Yeah, on the
There
application.
has to be a certain size, volume,
Yes.
amount.
And everything has to be cooked there. I think you can cook something at home, maybe some of the roux, possibly, but for the most part, everything has to be cooked on site. But for $100, and you could walk away with $1,000.
Yeah, right.
And who knows, if Main Street likes it,
Yeah.
that's an additional $500.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if it's the best spirited, decorated booth tent, $250 more. If I could cook gumbo, I would enter.
Sure.
So National Gumbo Day along with Oktoberfest.
That sounds fun.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. October's full.
And the park is
And
beautiful.
the park's going to be just beautiful at that time of year.
The trees, the shade. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the green space here. But there's just so much more that we can do at the city park for this event with the trees and the shade and the playground. So it's going to be nice. So come out, see us.
Well, that's the middle of the month. October's busy.
October is really
Oh my gosh,
busy.
there's so much going on in October. Trick or Treat Street brings us to the end of October. Tell us about that.
So, I think Trick or Treat Street's my favorite.
Do you really?
I really do.
I mean, it draws a massive crowd.
I think it's probably, if not the one of the largest in the Tri-County area. The Pearl Cleaves Wives Auxiliary, and I know I just muddled that whole title up. They actually started this event years ago, and it was a fundraiser for them. In 2018, they were like, we just don't have time for it. So the mayor talked about it. He said, let's let the city do it. So the city said, okay, if y'all don't mind, we'll take it. And we had our first one on Shepherd's Field. I had no idea what I was doing. Didn't know what to
I remember
expect.
that. It was wonderful. It was fun.
I mean, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And I was just floored. And then in 2019, we did it again on Shepherd's Field, and it grew. I mean, I was expecting like 300 children, and I think by year 2 in 2019, there were 1,000 children. And then in 2020, we did a drive-through Trick or Treat Street. We did have a couple of booths line up in front of the community center, but the Mayor's Youth Council bagged 10,000 bags of individual candy for the drive-through Trick or Treat Street, and we gave all that out. We were the only ones that were still doing something, so I think that was great. And then in 21, maybe 21, we put it back on Shepherd's Field, and then 22, we closed down Old Brandon Road. It just got too big.
Right.
And just crazy insane. And then we learned our lesson. I learned my lesson because I had everybody just butt to butt to butt, and that was madness. So I had to issue a lot of apologies. I'm so sorry, because you could not walk. It was worse than the midway at the fairgrounds. So in 23, I started spread it out a little bit more, and it was still busy, which is great. But this year, I'm going to even spread them out a little bit farther, so it's not so congested. But it's very safe. We put our Pearl Fire Department engine on one end and police department on the other end, and we have a whole bunch of inflatables for that. And so we have a lot of churches, businesses, and organizations that will set up a booth. And sometimes they have games to play, but it's just a great, safe place to bring your child for trick-or-treat.
And they have a really good time.
They really do. They really, really do. And I think last year we pushed the 3,000 mark. This year I hope it's better, bigger. That's a task that we get.
Yeah.
How can we make it bigger, and how can we make it better?
Right. I think the safety factor is big. I know it would be for me as a parent.
Yes.
Because I know that these vendors, it's not vendors, they're the people that are actually giving away the candy have been vetted by you and the city. You know who they are. These are most churches that come in and provide these things, and so it's a little safer than just walking to a random stranger's house.
Right.
Like when you and I were growing up.
Oh yeah, we didn't care.
We didn't care. We would go blocks away.
Yes.
Sometimes miles.
Yes.
Away. And
We didn't care.
You had no idea.
No.
But those times have changed.
They have. And I mean, so it's Saturday, October 26th, 6 o'clock, and it's free.
Right.
So if your church or school organization or Boy Scouts or whatever type of organization that you have, or even a local business here in Pearl, it's free to set up a booth. You have to provide your own candy to give away, and your own tent, table and chairs. Decorate it, because we do give out a little happy for best decorated booth, but I don't think there is a safer place to be than right here at Trick or Treat Street on Old Brandon Road. We have a huge presence, and it's open to anyone. I mean, it's like I said, if it's not the best, it's one of the best in the Tri-County area. And I have to give a big shout out to the Police Wives Auxiliary for starting this event. It was the trunk or treat, and then we decided to, since we weren't trick or treating out of a trunk, so we changed it to Trick or Treat Street. But it's massive. But again, it's probably my favorite.
It is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. And then we finally kind of cruise a little bit into November, but then we're getting ready for another big event that happens in the exact same spot.
Yes.
Which is the Christmas parade.
It's a Whoville Christmas.
That's the theme.
It's a Whoville Christmas.
You know, that's great.
Yep.
I like that.
The Grinch.
The Grinch.
Yes. So that's December 7th. And that's a night parade.
I think to say, so we just went from Oktoberfest. We get a few weeks off with a little bit of Thanksgiving in between there. And then immediately we go right into Christmas parade.
Yes.
December 7th.
I'm taking November off. Literally, I'm taking the month of November
October
off.
is full.
Yes. So we will do another nighttime Christmas parade. It's a Whoville Christmas. We'll close down Old Brandon Road. You know, a couple of years ago, someone made the comment, oh my gosh, you know, it's going to be the worst parade ever. And then she actually made a huge social media post and said, City of Pearl, that was the best parade I've ever been to. I'm so sorry that I even doubted you. And so we got this. You know, we love our Christmas parade. It is huge. Decorate your float if you want to be in one. We have those applications on our City of Pearl website under events, that and Trick or Treat Street, of course. But it doesn't cost anything to be in our Christmas parade. I mean, nothing.
Right. Just sign up.
Just sign up, and we'll have
Come to the float meeting.
Well, yeah, you have to come to the float meeting, because we do talk about safety. Which is, of course, the number one thing that we can discuss. Yes. And then that's where they get their float numbers. And there's no reason, however, the madness to the how I do that. I think I eeny, meeny, miny, moe it and just say you're number 2 and 34. You know, last year we had 157 entries.
Right.
So it's crazy. Yeah. So sign up, it's free.
Yeah, and it happens right in front of City Hall.
In front of City Hall, it's
At
beautiful.
Night, all the lights. It's a lot of fun.
The great big 22-foot Christmas tree in the background.
I know, right?
I love it.
It's massive.
And we have celebrity judges for that as well. Don't know who those are yet. But and what's great about our Christmas parade too is that if you can't make it here in person, what do?
You can watch it on
You can watch it.
TMB.
Yep. And we go live on Facebook too, right?
We do. So it's on everything we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's
it's on Facebook, YouTube, Roku, Amazon Prime, Apple TV, cityofpearl.com.
Yeah. So
Comcast Channel 20.
Who else does their Christmas parade?
Nobody.
So I mean, we're super stoked about that.
And we play Christmas music on the radio station for the Christmas parade.
We do our tree lighting at 6.
Right.
The Christmas parade starts at 6:30. We always have a pretty cool grand marshal that rides in our pirate ship. The Pearl NJROTC starts us off. And then we have Santa Claus. And that, of course, that's the big thing, Santa Claus.
Right.
So what I have to tell people is don't put a Santa Claus in your float, because the real one's already accepted.
Sure.
Children get really confused when they see Santa.
Multiple times.
Like what? So, don't bring Santa. We've got him. We booked him last year when he was here, just to make sure, hey, Santa, can you come next year? I will be there. So we had a neighborhood donate a sleigh for this year. So I'm anxious to see how we can.
Like a sleigh.
A sleigh.
Wow.
Yes.
Cool.
So I'm tickled about that. And in one year, Santa brought Mrs. Claus. So I haven't heard of Mrs. Claus is coming.
No,
this
she's
year.
going to make it.
But after the parade, we have our Christmas
Mm-hmm.
social in the community center. We have to wait a little bit because Santa's, got to make his way back. But there's free Santa photos. We put a beautiful backdrop on the LED wall in there. We have brownies and cookies and coffee and hot chocolate, and you can do a Santa letter. There's arts and crafts, and it's great. And then, of course, we give out the awards for the most Christmas spirit, best Whoville Christmas spirit, most lights. No money, but you get a little
Yes.
little
Little attaboy or
attaboy
attagirl.
plaque.
At a group.
Yep.
Yeah, you get something like that. It's a big event.
It is a huge
And it's a
event.
lot of fun.
And it's free.
And it's free. It costs nothing.
And that's what's so great about the events that we do with the City of Pearl. Now, the Main Street Pearl events, sometimes like the Sip and Paint, you did have to pay for that, $30, because we have to pay for the artists. And it's a nice little fundraiser for us to be able to buy concessions for the junior high movie night.
Sure.
But all these other events, just show up.
Right.
We just want you to show up. It's free.
It's something fun to do with the family.
Yes, that you can bring the family to.
Sure.
Because a lot of things now you can't take a family of 4 to, and that's sad.
And it's safe in Pearl.
Safe in Pearl.
We have a great police department.
We do.
Great fire department.
We do.
I know I live here and I can hear the crickets at night.
And
You
they
don't hear
participate.
speeding or gunshots. You don't hear any of that.
And they participate. It's so funny because I've got Pearl Trick or Treat Street. You got the fire department on Winning, and they're giving out
Yeah,
candy.
right.
And then on the other end of Old Brandon Road, you've got the MRAP, and last year the Tahoe was here. Several of the cars, SWAT cars, and they've got tables out and they're giving candy. And McGruff showed
Yep.
up.
Right.
So it's just fun, friendly, free.
Right. All brought to you by Pearl Main Street. Or
And
Main
City of
Street
Pearl.
And
Yeah.
City of Pearl. One other thing I wanted to cover that's not event-based.
Okay.
That you've got done this year, in case people missed it. And we're going to highlight it here. We'll show it. Is the mural. The mural is finished.
Yes.
And if you haven't seen it, it's right on the side of the old gym as you're coming into the back side of
Yep.
the City Hall, right?
It is.
Tell us about it. That's okay.
Excuse me, sorry. So we started this process, a year ago. And me not really knowing the ins and outs of how to do things, we had to resubmit some RFPs to get the artists to come out. And we actually let the artists tell us what they thought would work there. And we received some amazing artwork from lots of artists, but none of them hit what Pearl was. And we are just all about Pearl pride. And I knew that somehow or another that it'd be nice if we can incorporate Main Street, because Main Street received some funds to do this. So it wasn't city funded, it was actually Main Street funded. And Hooligan Arts, we awarded Hooligan Arts
Contract.
yes, thank you, to do the mural. And it is phenomenal. It's got Pearl, first of all, it's massive.
It's the side of the building.
Yeah, it's the side from gutter to gutter. And it has a street sign that says Main Street. It has our big pirate, because we are the Pearl Pirates. It's got that. And then it's got we're the jewel of the crossroads, because we are, it's everything that Pearl is. And we do have an interactive, which is the wings. Hooligan Arts and I kind of threw that in there at the last minute.
It's a great spot to have a photo made.
Yes, because everybody loved the mural as was. But I'm like, and Hooligan Arts and I were like, we've got to have something. What will be the draw? People are going to come see it when they're there, but what can we bring? And so we were like, just throw the angel wings up in there and let's just see what anybody says. And everybody was like, that's it, it's perfect. So come and behind the old high school gym, off Parkway, come in that way. We want to see your wings. We want to see you.
Hey, I like that. We should do an event around that. Some type of, we want to see your wings.
We want to see your wings.
Maybe we should do some type of, what am I looking for here? Some type of social media type.
Oh, yeah.
Something where people submit there. Let me see your wings. That'd be kind of neat. We ought to talk about that.
And you know, tag us, tag Main Street Pearl.
Yeah.
And maybe you could win something.
Yeah, maybe.
We may have to think about that. That's great.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Hey, you rock.
That's right.
I like that.
Show us your wings.
Show us your wings. That's a good, you might be onto something right there.
Maybe.
Busy.
Super busy.
And that mural, just to sum that up so for people, that mural on the side of the building, when it's there, you can come into that's going to eventually be the main area for Main Street Pearl. I mean, that's as this area takes shape. I know people see kind of how this is
That'll be central.
kind of working around here. You know, stuff is missing and there's green space growing and things like that. But that's going to be the central focus
That's
when
right.
you're coming into the new Main Street area.
And what I think is really cool about the mural, if you're looking at it from a side, you can't really see everything on the mural.
Right.
So it kind of takes shape as you move in front of it, and then you can see the street sign, and then you can see the pirate. And, it's very, very cool. I'm looking forward to maybe doing some more murals. It took me a long time to say that word, murals.
Mural, right. It's really neat.
But Hooligan Arts did a phenomenal job. And it'd be nice to maybe throw a couple more up there.
Right. So guys, if you haven't seen it, it's on that side over there. Come in off of Parkway, turning in the backside of City Hall by their health department, and it's large.
16 feet.
You can't miss it. So
it's huge.
So check that out.
Great.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having
and
me.
sharing a little bit about what's going on. This is a busy time of year.
And I'm taking a group of senior adults to Branson next
Oh,
week.
that's right. You are the senior services director.
So we leave Monday morning, so I won't be here for National Night Out.
You go, girl.
So we're going to go to Branson
You're
for the
something
week.
else.
Anyway.
But thanks for being here.
Thank you for having
We'll
me.
have you back soon. Thank you, Stacy, for joining us today. What you just heard is a lot of stuff going on in October. We're going to be right back, and we're going to cover some more of those events happening in Pearl. We'll be back in just a minute.
Hello, I'm Mayor Wyndham, and I'm thrilled to show you the city creating its own future. Pearl is located in Rankin County, the fastest growing county in Mississippi, and there's no question why. Access to great schools, even better shopping, and unbridled beauty make Pearl a town that truly embodies its name. And with a truly exceptional team of first responders, public safety is another key component of our success. With fantastic housing opportunities from quaint suburban neighborhoods to gorgeous lakefront properties, there's a place for you here in Pearl. You can't beat the location. Right outside of Pearl is the crossroads of the South, where Interstate 20 meets Interstate 55. From here you can travel anywhere within the state or the country. Or you can choose to stay right here in Pearl to enjoy a Mississippi Braves baseball game or experience the small town atmosphere, community pride, and heart of the local residents.
Welcome back into this week's edition of This Week in Pearl. Again, I'm your host, Frank Hutton, and that was a fantastic conversation we had with Stacy. I want to thank her for bringing us all the information about the events we have coming up and what she's doing and how much fun that's going to be, so you definitely don't want to miss anything going on from here all the way through the Christmas parade. So let's talk a little bit about that. So we talked a little bit about it already with Stacy, but National Night Out is going to be Tuesday, October 1st from 6 to 8 right here at City Hall. So come out, it's going to be a lot of fun. You'll get to meet the police department, you'll meet firefighters. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. She said something about a foam party. That sounds like an awful lot of fun. Park right back behind here, behind the community center, and the back side of City Hall, and then walk around to the front because that's where it's going to be. Also, Oktoberfest is happening just a few days later on the 12th, which is a Saturday. There's going to be food vendors, craft beer, an eating contest, kids zone, all kinds of things going on, and that's going to be at the City Park. That is a wonderful facility now that they've got it all finished and completed. It looks great, and I'm glad we're going to be doing a fall festival out there at the park. It's going to be great, and don't forget, there's a gumbo cook-off. If you want to be part of that, be sure and go to cityofpearl.com and go to events and sign up for that. Also, coming up is Trick or Treat Street in October. October is full of stuff. I mean, there's so much to do in October. The weather's going to be great, and all kind of, I can't say enough, but Trick or Treat Street kind of ends that month. It's going to be Saturday the 26th at 6 p.m. right out in front of City Hall on Old Brandon Road. It's a massive event. Thousands of people are here for that, so you don't want to miss it. There'll be a lot of vendors. There'll be games for the kids. It should be a fun night. Definitely come out for Trick or Treat Street. I think you will definitely enjoy it. Also, don't want to skip over this because I want to put it on everybody's radar. The very next month coming up in November is the election. That'll happen on November 5th. So you definitely want to put that on your calendar. Make sure that you go vote. Go vote. November 5th. Go vote. Then lastly, I want to talk about a little bit on the Christmas Parade. Christmas Parade is going to happen on December the 2nd. So you want to be there. It's called a Whoville Christmas. It's a big event. If you want to be a part of that, if you want to enter a float or enter a car, again, go to cityofpearl.com, go to events, go down to Christmas Parade event registration, fill out that form and send it in. Santa's going to be there. There's going to be all kinds of games and stuff for the kids. And then after the parade, inside the community center, you can have your picture taken with Santa. It's free. Stacy covered all of this in this, so I'm just reiterating it. So definitely want to be a part of that. There's a lot going on. A little bit sooner, we've got Pearl Homecoming this week. That's just like literally tomorrow. So parade's going to be Thursday night, and then the game is going to be Friday, where we play Germantown Mavericks. They come in, gates open at 5:30, game starts at 7, and it is homecoming, so you definitely want to be there and support Pearl. The following week, Pearl travels to Northwest Rankin, and it's a Thursday night game. Not Friday, it'll be Thursday. So a couple of things going on, a lot happening in October. Football's going on right now, so definitely come support your Pearl Pirates. I want to thank you all for joining me. I want to thank Stacy for joining me. It was great to have her today. So y'all have a fantastic week, and we'll see you next time on This Week in Pearl.